episode number 40, and to celebrate, we are on the same coast.
Episode 40 on the same coast? You gotta be kidding me.
I love this. It just worked out that way.
Well, these are exciting times.
We don't plan. We're not.
I'd like to say we planned anything out for this, but we really don't. We're like, we're talking about that. Oh my God, we have a great rapport.
You know, it's really funny. Whenever we don't have stuff planned to talk about, it's like a 40-minute podcast.
Oh yeah, we're like, we'll keep this one light. It'll be at about 15 minutes this week.
That's honestly
an hour later.
Why we started doing this, because our phone conversations would be like this. They were like, let's just put it for everyone to hear.
We need to let the people hear the ridiculous thoughts
that
Kay and Kev have. Every time we catch up.
And we censor them, too.
And yes. That's the difficult part for me. Because I'm kind of lewd and wild. And
you're so wild.
People don't know. I just
they're starting to know.
I just want to be. Yeah, they're getting a glimpse into the life of Kevin.
Well, I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to be here.
You got home a couple days ago.
Got home a couple of days ago. I've done nothing but eat since I've been
texted
home.
Me that.
Oh my God, I've gained 40 pounds.
What have you been eating?
Oh my gosh, Italian food. I went to the diner with my folks last night because you got to hit the diners. Because there's no diners.
You guys do have Ruby's Diner, though. Have you ever been to Ruby's? There's two or three of them in California that I know of, and I think they're great. I mean, they're no Long Island diner, but they're pretty good.
But you got one in every corner here. We've talked about this before. It's just, they're all over the place here.
Yeah.
I just got to come home and I got to eat, which made it all the funnier when you texted me earlier today to be like, hey, we have a bunch of food in the studio. And you know what I thought? I thought, well, I'm just so slow. I thought this was a tactic to get me here earlier. Like, there's no food here.
Brilliant.
That would have been really funny. For future reference, if you want
to
get me here sooner, just say there's food and then be like, nah, there's no food.
No, there's like chicken fingers and like pastas and baked ziti. I think there's like eggplant, chicken parm, the salads.
Can we pause this? No, I'm just kidding. No, we'll keep going.
This will be incentive to get done quicker. So
exactly.
You can go
Let's finish this thing already so I can go eat.
We actually do have a lot of things to talk about.
We got to catch up.
I know one of the things you're going to do while you're home is you're going to see Endgame, right? Avengers?
I am going to see Endgame.
Are you going Thursday night?
Oh my God, I'm going Thursday night because the family's insane.
Yes.
I'd like to think my family is as insane about the Marvel Universe as you are.
Oh, it's crazy.
They're close. It's a close call.
I support them.
Like you and my little cousin Nikki, it's like neck and neck for like the biggest Marvel fan that I know.
I'm just going to sip out of my Captain America.
That's fair. I don't know if Nikki has one of those. Step your game up, cousin Nikki, if you don't. But yeah, so I'm really excited to see it. I'm going with the family. I think we're going in Farmingdale, but not right over here.
Because we're all going. Like, there's about 15 of us that are going, but it's a 9 o'clock showing.
I think we're going a little earlier than that.
We wanted to go a little earlier, but I think it was like a 6:30, and I'm not off the air till 7, so
it's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited, but I think it really just hit me that this is the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
but is it?
I don't know, but they have really been making a big deal about that in interviews. That this is what the accumulation. No, that's not the word.
Culmination?
Culmination. Yeah. I was half right on each of those. Of 11 years, 22 films. Some of these characters we're definitely not going to see anymore, whether they die or not. It's just going to be the end.
I can't help but think there's going to be a continuation in another form, but I do agree with you that for certain characters, this will be the end of the road, and that's going to be crazy.
It's not going to be the same after this movie. I feel like we've been so spoiled. They introduced the characters one by one, then they brought them together as the Avengers, then they introduced more, brought them together Avengers Age of Ultron, introduced more, and then we got every character for Infinity War and Endgame, and now it's going to be like, say goodbye.
It's just nuts. Me and my buddy the other week watched Infinity War again, and I was just, I had to just watch it again.
Oh, yeah. Have you been watching all of them?
Fresh in my mind? No, I mean, not every film in the universe. I know, but that's what you do. Because you're good like that.
Well, I don't want to miss anything either. Yeah. I don't want to
Each film's like 4 hours. I can't find the time in the day.
They're not 4 hours.
I'm joking. I'm kidding. No, those are just the Avengers movies specifically. They're like, we're going to, no, 3 hours. 3 hours and 2 minutes, we said, for this new one?
3 hours, 2 minutes.
Woo!
People are saying that's going to affect it in the box office. That's baloney because the highest grossing films is like Titanic, which is 3 hours, 15. Yeah. Gone with the Wind, 3 hours, 58. So it's not. And people are really into this that they're going to want to see it because we live in a world of spoilers.
We do. Can I tell you about separately a concern of mine with long films?
Yeah.
Is maybe don't get food or drink before going into this one. Because I always do this with a movie I'm excited about. I'm like, I got to get my popcorn or get this and get something to drink. And now I'm like, I don't want to do that. Even when I get a little water bottle or whatever I'm bringing in. By the end of it, I'm just...
We're going to
crazy.
A 9 p.m. showing.
The sound I make specifically.
Oh, you're not the only one. When I saw Infinity War, I hear people going,
Oh,
and I'm like, I don't know if it's because you're into the movie, you're nervous. or you got to take
This
care of
one might
business.
require like fasting, like nothing being in the
That's what
system
they're saying.
prior to going into it.
The Russo brothers
hours.
are saying a couple of hours before, no more food, no more drinks.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, but so we're watching the movie at 9. Okay. I get off there at 7. I said to them, we have dinner at exactly 7. By 7:30, I'm cut off.
You got the whole night planned out.
We do. It's a big thing. A lot of us are going here.
That's amazing.
It's a big thing.
It's fun going with all your friends from work, though, right?
It is.
It's going to be great.
Because we have this pact that we have to see it because we're going to talk to each other about it. And also, with our jobs, we get spoilers easier than just going on social media. It's in our show prep. So we have no choice. Not that we weren't going to go anyway.
It's kind of necessary for you to know regardless based on what you do. Also, these are the people that you spend a ton of time with. So it's amazing that you'll all be able to talk about it instantly together, and no one's going to be like, oh, hey, wait, I didn't see that. Yeah.
But I feel bad because so many of them work on the morning crew, so we're literally going in this parking lot, and they're walking over and sleeping here for a couple of hours because it's over by like 12:30, maybe a little bit after that.
Sorry,
they got to be here at 4 o'clock, so
you can't help it.
No, you can't.
You can't help how these things go down.
No.
Yeah. But I'm very excited for you guys.
And
I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I'm excited to see it with the family, and then we're going to talk about it the following week, of course.
You did see Captain Marvel, right?
I did.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate it?
8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a...
Yeah, what would you say about it?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes was rough.
Yeah,
and the Russo brothers did talk about that in an interview. Not that they directed that one, but...
I love her, though.
I do too.
She's very talented.
I love Brie. That you won't have that in Endgame, that little setup, that 20 minutes that sometimes in these movies you're like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because some of these movies require a setup. You're not a Game of Thrones person, right?
No, I tried,
God, I love it so much.
Are you
and
into
it
season?
took me years. It took me years to get into
it.
Did it?
Oh,
yeah. I didn't watch
that.
it for like the show started in like 2010, 2011 or whatever. And my brother and sister have been obsessed from the jump, from the very beginning. And for 5 years, they're like, Kev, watch the show. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Fictitious universe. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Not my thing. Whatever. And then I start watching and I marathon and I love it. So they just had the first episode of their final season.
Yeah.
6 episodes. Huge deal. And the setup, the episode was basically a setup for the rest of the season, which was a necessary thing. Sometimes it's a requirement to do that. People are like, I want the action, I want the bloodshed, I want all this, but you can't. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You need storytelling sometimes. So I got what they were going for with Captain Marvel. I did.
But I think that's what Marvel does so well is their storytelling. I know I've seen some DC movies and it's like, oh my God, the whole movie is a setup. What is this?
It's kind of a snooze fest.
But Marvel does a really good job of setting up the story.
Yes.
So that's why I think for this one it was a little bit longer it took, or a little bit more confusing.
For sure.
Although I felt that way the first time I saw Guardians of the Galaxy too. I was like, huh?
I didn't feel that way.
Huh?
You had that?
So
really?
We watched it this weekend because my
Thoroughly
parents, for the first time
again.
ever, are getting into these movies.
Yeah.
And we watched Guardians, and they loved it. After like the first 2 scenes, oh my God.
They were going nuts.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They loved it. So when we go to California
together,
in September, they want to go on the Guardians ride with you because you haven't been on that, right?
No.
Okay.
I probably won't go until September, truthfully. Just that'll make it all the more special.
Yeah,
well,
you're like,
I thought so anyway, because you never go. You never go on your own just for fun, even though you're 40 minutes away.
Look, I only care that you go when I'm there. That's
exactly.
all I really care about.
But doesn't it make it more special if I wait to go with you and your family?
I think that
makes it nicer.
I see what you did there. Technicality.
That was some real smooth finessing I did there, right? Like my lazy won't go anyway, but like I'm like, no, just wait to make it special.
But they have the Guardians ride. I mean, they updated Star Wars again. What did you think of the trailer?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really
good.
Good.
That's just a teaser trailer, too.
I know.
I think it was brilliant.
It's funny, too, because they keep calling these trailers teaser trailers.
I know. What's a trailer
so
anymore?
Long.
3 minutes long?
We're going to talk about every movie on the planet right now, but this is the Joker one. I know it's not Marvel, so maybe it doesn't interest you, but Joaquin Phoenix, did you see this trailer at all?
No.
Okay. God, it was amazing. I love it. Oh, yeah, I'm a big Joaquin Phoenix guy. But the thing about it is they call it a teaser trailer. It's like 2.5 minutes. I'm like, what? This isn't teasing. This is like you're giving us a glimpse into what this is truly going to be.
Well, I remember when Endgame first came out, I thought it was the trailer, and then one of my coworkers was like, no, it's just the teaser. I'm like, if that's just the teaser, they're going to give away the whole movie in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not every scene that's in the trailer apparently is in this movie for Marvel. So I wonder if Star Wars is doing that too.
Which a lot of times films do that. And they'll throw you that curveball. They'll place catchphrases or lines that really fit the film, but ultimately are not in the film. And that's like such a mind F for the fan. They're like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, you know? But So, but in this case, I think you like that because the less you give away, the better.
I hate that they're showing so many clips for Endgame because I just want to be surprised at this point. I know it's 3 hours and 2 minutes, but I want to the excitement of seeing everything for the first time.
Exactly. Well, you'll get it.
It's soon enough.
For the most part.
Soon enough.
Yeah. There's still going to be tons of twists and turns that people aren't aware of yet, I feel like.
But I thought there were a lot of twists and turns for Star Wars. Like Lando, I had no idea he was going to be in this film.
Yeah, that was kind of a shock.
And then Palpatine.
Oh, that blew everyone's mind with Palpatine, yeah.
I was hitting everybody. I was like, and the Death Star.
You were just punching people.
But it was, what I loved is that we've waited so long. Like in our lifetime, there really hasn't been those characters in new movies. Yeah. So we're getting that now. And it's kind of cool because I never thought that would happen.
And to have these characters reintroduced at this stage, it's really exciting, yeah.
And especially with Star Wars Land opening, which, when we go in September, Star Wars Land will be open in California.
This is why I'm waiting. I told you. This is why I'm waiting. It's not because I'm lazy and unmotivated.
Yeah, has nothing to do with that.
And sleeping all day instead of going out and exploring the world, okay? It's none of those things, Christina.
Never.
It's those things.
It is those things. Every single one of those things.
Yeah.
Before we get to Idol, because obviously we have to talk about that.
We do. I was absent last week, so we didn't get to talk about it.
So I had a big week last week at the Paramount.
Can you tell me about it?
I had a couple of friends come by. Nick Fradiani from American Idol, season 14.
How's Nick doing?
He slid into my DMs, so we're hitting it off pretty well.
Fast friendship.
When he was awesome.
People sliding into DMs like that.
He is such a nice guy. Have you met him?
I've never had the pleasure of meeting Nick, no.
He was one of the sweetest Idol contestants
What year did he win? Too many seasons.
Season 14, which I think was 2015.
Too many for me to keep track of.
Yeah, it was towards the end of the Idol run.
Yeah, very likable. Very likable guy.
Something I love about him is the covers that he does on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have not seen most of them.
He does a cover of Halsey Without Me with Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River in it.
That's kind of crazy.
It is amazing. It's better than the Halsey version. I'm not a fan of Halsey to begin with. So
I think every other version of a Halsey song is better than the Halsey version. That's mean.
True. That's so accurate, though.
Voice is kind of grating. I'm sorry. It's not great. Anyway, all right.
Try playing it every hour.
We're not here to bash Halsey. I'm just saying. Yeah. Try listening to it 40 times a day.
Yeah. It's rough after a while, but he does such a fresh take on it. So we were talking about covers, and I gave him a list of covers that he's got to work on.
Yeah.
So
you're putting him to work.
I am putting him to work.
So he's already got all these awesome covers and mashups, and you're like, how about try this one or that one?
And he loved it because sometimes he's like, I don't know how this will work. So if someone requests
when he meets other like-minded, musically inclined people to help to give him new ideas, that's exciting. Yeah.
So we'll see what he does, but he was very, very nice.
And how was the show?
Fantastic.
He put on a great show.
Fantastic.
Not a surprise.
I want to see him, Chris Allen, and David Cook together because he was talking about that in an interview that the three of them hang out and they make music together.
That's
I would love to see the three of them together. You know how on Idol when they do one round is like duets with each other?
Yeah.
I would love to see the three of them together.
I would love it too. I saw Chris. I've mentioned this on the podcast previously. Yeah. I saw him in L.A. Because a friend of mine is still dating one of his band members, and he just the nicest guy.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
And he put on a great show. Yeah. And it was a small venue, but it was like
I think he's underrated for an Idol.
Well, I thought him and David Cook were both pretty underrated. Yeah. And Chris.
And look, David Cook's been on Broadway now.
Yeah. Yeah. I always thought David Cook was an incredibly talented guy.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. He was my first interview ever.
How cool is that?
Him and Ryan Starr, they were together. They were doing a show at Post, actually.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And my sister was the biggest David Cook fan.
She went nuts.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Idol at the height of its phenomenon. Well, no.
But it is, because I can't really remember recent performances, but back when, David Cook was on and, your season, I remember certain performances. Yeah. And I remember David Cook when he did Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby.
That was crazy, yeah.
Right? So you remember that, too.
Yeah, yeah. And when you see performances now where someone just completely changes up a song that you're so familiar with and love from your childhood or your past, you think back to performances like that with some of the first people to really experiment and try that.
And you know what it was? The first couple of seasons, they weren't doing that as much.
No. It was more by the book. Okay, here's more or less, this is the version of the song as you know it.
Yeah.
Just with my voice. But yeah.
When you were on Idol, did they ever try to be no, this is how you should sing it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it was a more controlling time for the show.
Sure.
I think there were different people at the head of the regime with Ken Warwick.
Yeah.
And my best friend in the world, Nigel Lithgow. Not my best friend.
Besties.
I'm just kidding. Nigel's cool. I love you, Nigel. If you're watching, you're great.
He's in charge of everything, so get on his good side.
He is, right? I got to be on his good side. What am I doing? Just burning bridges over here. But I think they definitely had more of a vision as to what they wanted, and wanted to steer people in that direction. When I was going to choose a Stevie Wonder song that nobody knew, Ken Warwick was like, no, you should do Part-Time Lover. And I love Ken Warwick. I loved him to death, but I was like, oh man, I wish I hadn't have just gone along with him because he was Ken Warwick. And not that he told me to do it, but I was like, oh yeah, no, well, if he thinks I should do it, he knows more than I do.
Yeah.
And So you live and you learn. Now I think there's a lot more freedom. I think people are taking a lot more liberties in their performances. They have the instruments at their disposal now. I mean, Alejandro, we'll get into this week.
Yeah, and like Uche, could you imagine if they tried to do what they do now?
Uche breakdancing, Alejandro being essentially a DJ in Vegas on the Idol stage. Like these things would never have occurred back then. So in that regard, I'm happy that the show has kind of matured to that or grown into that, but. It was just a different time.
I don't think Simon back then would have liked a performance like Uche's or Alejandro, but now he would worship it.
Yeah, because Simon's just a big softie now.
Yeah. He also realizes the time.
Yes, that's twofold. You're right. He has embraced the difference in the time, but I mean, it's just the show is it's just nothing like what it was. Like back then,
totally different.
You'd have 2 out of 3 would tell you're great, and then typically it'd be Simon to be like, nah, I didn't like it. And now even if they don't like it, they're putting positive spins on it.
Yeah, and I think they. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna get to Idol, but I feel like now they've controlled how they give their critiques a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you could tell they were being too nice last season. Now you can tell that they maybe don't think the performance was 100%, but they're trying to focus on what was good about the performance.
They'll still typically put a positive spin on it, even if it wasn't the greatest. But yeah, last year it was just so overblown.
You look great. Like that's what they would do last year.
Yeah, you're so gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, that has nothing to do with the vocals. Yeah, they're all good looking. Yeah. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah. Okay, so before we get to Idol, there was 2 other interviews. So the same day as Nick Fradiani was Matt Nathanson.
How is that?
Okay, so I never got to tell you this, but a couple weeks ago he called, and so did Nick Fradiani. So I already established these relationships with them before meeting them and doing an interview.
Oh no,
I'll just do it. But one has my number now.
Oh my God!
So Matt
Christina
Nathanson,
K, you're so cool. Yes,
Matt Nathanson got on the phone and he's hysterical. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever interviewed in my life. And he brings this wheel on stage with him to determine what songs he sings.
Sure.
Because he's got a nice catalog. I mean, he's got 11 studio albums, 10 studio albums.
Yeah.
And he's done a bunch of covers and stuff. Right. So he does this wheel. So I was like, Matt, I'm going to bring a wheel. We're going to do a wheel for the interview. And it's going to have random categories.
This is amazing, by the way.
Great
idea.
Thank you. Did you see the interview?
I did not.
Okay, you should.
I will watch it. I'm just trying to be honest.
I mean, I appreciate your honesty. But I had bust a move category or play that music, which was there was a cover category because he loves covers.
It's amazing.
Take a bite because I brought a box of pastries because he loves Long Island pastries.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff. And then Matt and I bonded over our love for Dawson's Creek. He had a song in Dawson. Yeah. See? Remind me of that.
He had a
song on Dawson's Creek, so we fangirled about that. And on the phone too, I said, "What scene was it? Do you remember what scene?" And he's like, "Oh, it was a Pacey scene." I was like, "Good," because I didn't like Dawson. And he's like, "Nobody liked Dawson." I was like, "He just cried all the time." And he's like, "Yeah, but nobody cried like Dawson." And our band name was formed. Nobody Cries Like Dawson.
Nobody Cries Like Dawson.
So
you all
that was a joke.
You all are, setting up a band.
Yeah.
And that's the name. Oh my God, that's so funny.
So you watch the interview and you'll see more of that.
Well, I never know the difference. What's a GIF or a meme or whatever the hell.
When he cries.
But it's with him crying.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about.
The funniest thing. That's one of the funniest ones. It just makes me cry laughing every time I see it.
But so we talked about that on the phone. So then it just continued in person.
Oh my God.
I wore my Dawson's Creek shirt. It was.
You guys really hit it off.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous. It sounds like this was an insane friendship.
You should watch the interview because he's in his 40s, but yet we feel like we grew up together because we loved all the same things about the 90s.
Yeah.
So
you have a lot of similar interests from that era. Yeah.
One of the covers that he did was nice. It blew my mind that he even knew it.
Yeah.
So it was it was one of my standout interviews because the wheel was so different. I've never done something like that before. So my next interview is Rob Thomas next week. I'm going into Atlantic Records.
You're just having great interview after great interview.
Oh, and I also interviewed Jess Glynn the other day too.
Jeez.
Who I think is such a phenomenal
ridiculous.
Talent.
Yeah.
She was not feeling good, so I'm not going to really say if she was the nicest person or not because she wasn't feeling good.
Okay.
But
well, I think you just said
I've heard Rob.
But that's fine.
Implication. I heard Rob Thomas is the sweetest guy. So
I've heard that too.
Every time we've done interviews with him, I've been on this end operating the board. I've never actually been there. Yeah. It's always been at the Paramount, and I've been here board hopping. So I'm really excited to be on the other end.
I've heard so much about interactions with Rob Thomas because I think Daughtry, when we did Idol, was a monster fan of his, and obviously I think Rob Thomas really influenced Chris with what he did.
Yeah.
So I just remember hearing, like, once we were well into the show and Chris had established such popularity on our season, like, I think that they had gotten to talk and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So, like, cool stuff. And I'd heard nothing but, like, amazing things about Rob. I can't wait till you interview him.
Nick Fradiani got to work with him on Idol. Yeah. So he was, like, saying all this amazing stuff about him too. But like everyone here in this building knows him or he's just met him at some point.
He's been around for forever. I mean,
Matchbox 20.
He's been doing it for so long.
I remember listening to Matchbox 20 in high school, and then I think my senior year or something is when like his solo stuff started coming out, and just a game changer.
He had some great solo stuff. It's like to me, it's similar to like a Pink in terms of longevity, right? Where like great stuff at the start, still making great music, and it's difficult to do that over such a long period of time. But like it really
especially
speaks,
in this day of age too.
Yeah, speaks to his talent, and in this like ADD age where we're ready to move on to the next thing, that someone like that's still around. Love Rob Thomas. I can't wait for you to interview him.
I'm really excited about that.
I mean,
dope. I get to work in the city that day, so it's a different change.
That's kind of cool too. Just working in the city. Yeah.
So I said to Jamie, so what if we like went in a little early, we stop at the Disney store beforehand, then go work, see Rob Thomas? Like how fun? Like that's
go see Rob Thomas. Go back to the Disney store.
Go Starbucks a couple
Stay there till closing time.
Yeah.
You know?
Closing time.
There we go. Another one.
But yeah, I'm really excited to talk to Rob Thomas. So I don't know if we'll get to do the podcast before or after that next week. But yeah,
we'll figure it out.
I'm looking forward to that.
We will. Yeah.
All right, we got to talk Idol.
Let's get into it.
So I have the list of the top 10.
Let's run down the list.
And I want you to say if you like agree with them being in the top 10.
Yeah.
So America voted Madison Vanderburg through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's in my top 5.
Well, I think you were so high on Madison, and I was definitely. I feel like not as I've always thought she's really terrific. I think you can see her winning.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
I actually, it's funny. After they went for the top 14 performances, I thought she was better than Ashley, who got eliminated.
Yeah.
She just had a little bit more oomph going on.
And I didn't agree with that until this past week of performances, where I just think Ashley well, we're not going to talk about her because she's not in the top 10, sadly. But I think she just fell victim to kind of being the performance was it was very good, but a little plain Jane as compared to what Madison.
She also
was similar.
Has been like this the entire time. The same.
Yeah,
some of these other ones are just like they're just going up. They're just new tricks are coming out, and I feel like Madison did that. And
there's just so many distinct individuals that I think Ashley kind of fell victim to being incredibly talented, but just not standing out quite enough.
Well, she reminded me of Colby Calais. Look, she didn't make it on the show, but she's got quite the career, and I feel like that's going to happen with her too.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lane for Ashley to pursue in the industry. Yeah.
Now I think you might like him, Walker Burroughs.
I love Walker. Yeah. This week was weird for me because I saw that like. It showed you an aspect of the show where, like, he's very sad to be away from his family. And this is, like, something I thought about. Yeah, I was thrilled to get away from home. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I love my family. That's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke because I have the most amazing family.
I was going to say.
And I love them so much. Like, I couldn't wait to get away from home.
Maybe it was like school.
It was kind of junior year of school and the monotony and the boredom of high school. I don't know. No, but yeah. No, and my family came out with me anyway because I was so young.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
they had to.
I was like a toddler on that show. I was wearing diapers. So, like, Walker, you could see the struggle, whereas, like, he loves being a part of this and developing this, these great fans and really standing out on the show, but he seemed like kind of sad, and I was like, oh, it's a real bummer. But it just shows you that real life aspect to the show and how these people are being taken from their lives, and their lives are changing, but it's tough. Yeah.
He's so relatable compared to some of these other kids, which I think is what makes him. I mean, his look is very distinct.
Yeah,
the sound of his voice, what songs he chooses.
Yeah, and despite all the stuff that I just said, and the fact that I didn't think that this week was his best performance, he still flew through in the top 7.
I knew he was going to.
So he's in it for the long haul. I'd definitely see him top 5. I think he's really talented.
He's in my top 5 as well, and so is Jeremiah Lloyd Harmon.
Yeah, I think I finally started. I saw something in Jeremiah this week where I was like, "Whoa, that was nuts!"
Feel something every time he sings. It's just so good.
It's earnest and it's natural, and he's a unique artist. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Wade Coda?
Nah.
I'm over it. I'm over it too.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
over Wade Coda. Here's the thing about Wade Coda. You shouldn't be able to get by on just a distinct voice alone. And to me, in between some of the crazy stuff he does, there's a lot of lulls within the song.
Yeah.
His voice is so incredibly unique, and I do think he's talented. But I think he's gotten a pass, like to advance this far, and I don't know that he belongs in the 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not high on him.
I was in the beginning. I was like, "Wow, what a voice!" And then they started showing all these behind-the-scene things, and you know when it really started getting old.
You got angry about that Pearl Harbor.
I did. That's what I was gonna say.
I talked about this with my mother. She's like, "How could he not know about Pearl Harbor?"
So for those of you who don't know, there were all these planes flying around during his interview, and he's like, "Why are so many planes?" They're like Pearl Harbor, and he's like, "Oh, I thought that was just a movie."
The Arizona, where is he from, Arizona?
I don't know.
The Arizona school system failed him.
Yeah, a lot of things failed him, let me tell you. But
I don't know.
I'm over it.
I think I'm a little over it, too.
Yeah, here's someone who's in my top 5, and I'm pretty sure is in yours as well, Lacey K. Booth.
Yeah, she's nuts.
Yeah, she's incredible.
She's wildly
unique
talented.
Voice.
Yeah, and again, we just talked about this with David Cook, transforming and taking took a classic Blink-182 song, I Miss You,
awesome.
and just completely fleshed it out, made it totally different.
Yeah.
And made it work, and it was just her voice is kind of haunting, but I say that in like in a great way. I don't know.
She's very marketable. She's like ready to have a career.
Yeah, she's beautiful, very talented.
What do you think of Uche?
I like Uche. I don't know that he'll advance much further than this, truthfully.
Yeah.
But my God, he had one of the most standout performances ever.
I've watched it like 20 times.
Might have been my favorite performance of the night when he did Finesse.
Wow.
First of all, I just love the song. And he made it his own, and he did the breakdance thing. I was like, all right,
But it wasn't like...
I was like, listen, this isn't So You Think You Can Dance. It's fine.
But it was a performance.
But he performed. I mean, he had people, and Luke Bryan, who I don't always agree with, because, he's a little goofy, shucks, whatever. Like, when he said the thing about, like, that being the start of, like, an amazing award show, I was like, yes. I was like, that's a great comment. Luke Bryan.
Very Jennifer Lopez kind of style, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I really, really like him.
I do, too.
I just think the talent pool is so great this year. I don't know that he'll go much further than the 10.
He's my number 6, so he just missed my top 5.
Okay. You've ranked all of them. See, I haven't done this. I'm just spitballing here.
Lane Hardy. I know you love Lane. He's good, but he's not...
great. He's great.
Wow.
But, the women love him. And
well, yeah, not that I stalked all these people on Instagram, but I was curious how many followers they all have compared to each other.
Does he have the most?
Lane is one of the most.
Yeah.
Walker is one of the most.
Alejandro has to have more than any of them.
He has the most, we'll get to him. Alejandro in my top 5.
Yes.
But what did you think about him doing like a DJ set and then behind the piano?
I didn't really like it that much.
Okay.
It
was Drake.
This was but I do like some Drake songs.
Yeah, you're not on the Drake train. David Cole and I were freaking out over it.
That I'm not on the Drake train?
No, because we're on the Drake train.
Oh, yeah.
So we were freaking out over the performance.
I would have liked to have seen him do Just Hold On, But Going Home.
That's what song I thought it was going to be.
I wish it would have been. One Dance is another one of my favorite Drake songs, because I don't love all of them, but those are two that I do love. Okay. I love those songs. I think this was the first week where I was like, oh, this dude's human. Like, he's not, like, not every performance is going to be, like, out of this world, but again, he's so good, and he's shown so much so far that he could, it was okay that he tried something new, and he experimented, because it showed that he's willing to experiment.
Is he still in your top 5?
Oh, hell yeah.
So we have the exact same top 5. Interesting.
Yeah. Do we have the
exact same? So there's only 2 other names left, and these are both that we were very divided on both of these. I really liked Demetrius Graham.
Yeah, I don't think he deserved to be in the top 10.
But the last 2 performances, for me,
Yeah. I felt it was very
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate. I can relate to the the operatic thing. I was trained classically as a kid. And
sang opera on Good Luck Charlie.
Exactly. Sang opera on Good Luck Charlie, which all the people know about. But yeah, so I can relate to him, and I think he's very talented.
Yeah.
I think way too pitchy at times.
Yeah.
Really, at this stage in the competition, which sounds ridiculous
because
I was incredibly pitchy on Idol.
No, but compared to these other
12,
guys, you got to step up your game.
You do, and I don't think he quite did. It was. I don't know who I would have put in other than him. I mean, probably Ashley.
Yeah, but she would have been in the same position where it's like, okay, you can go the next round to him.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't think Demetrius necessarily belonged in the 10.
Yeah. What about Alyssa Ragu, the last one here?
I'm real happy for Alyssa Ragu.
Where did she come from all of a sudden?
Our boy David Cole.
Thrilled. No one is happier. I don't even think her parents are as happy as David
Cole called it.
Oh
Once
my
Alyssa
gosh.
advanced, he's like, Kevin, you idiot. He didn't say that. David Cole's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He would never call me an idiot, but he should have.
Here's the question.
Because I was adamant about her not. I said she wasn't going to make the 10, right?
Yeah, you said if she makes the 14, she's going to go home.
Yeah. I thought she'd be one of the first to go off.
And look, America
14.
didn't want her there, but Katy Perry saved her. Do you think Katy Perry would have saved her if she didn't sing a Katy Perry song?
What Katy Perry song did she sing?
The one that got away.
Oh gosh, you're right.
Yeah, that was the performance that Katy put her through for.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm totally drew.
So do you think? I mean, I think when she did Sarah Bareilles, She Used to Be Mine, incredible.
That was nuts. That was so good.
The one that got away, I was like, all right.
Yeah. But she's really embracing. I think Alyssa Ragu knows exactly what she wants to do post Idol. You know, she's had a year to kind of marinate over this and to think about it after getting eliminated last year.
Yep.
I still don't think it's necessarily right that they get to be on the show again. I'm sorry. I love Alyssa. I don't know that Alyssa or Lane really... I mean, I guess Lane didn't make it as far as Alyssa did last year.
It used to be back in your day of Idol.
Yeah.
When you would find out, when you would do that long walk to the judges, and you would find out if you made the top whatever the number was.
And if you
that
did,
year.
you could not do it again after that.
So she did make it past that point. She didn't make it to the live show, which I guess is the new rule now.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's
fine.
But
it looked like, she really wasn't going to make it much further than that anyway.
Listen,
this year,
she's playing for keeps this year. She really wants it.
She does.
She seems to be working harder than anybody for it. I mean, I could argue that she is. I really like her a lot. I just think that there isn't that standout quality to her that you see in some of these other, that you see in a Jeremiah Lloyd Harmon, that you see in an Alejandro, that you see in some of these other people. And for that reason, I don't know that she'll advance it much further. But I'm very happy. I thought she was definitely worthy, like on the cusp worthy of a top 10 spot. I didn't know necessarily that she should be in, but
she's got to work for it now. If she wants to stay, I think she's got to work. And this week is Disney night.
Oh my God.
That means Goofy is going to be on American Idol.
You're counting down the hours till this show.
They put it on Instagram that Goofy's on, and I'm like, Happy Easter to me! Oh my gosh, I'm very excited.
Happy Easter to me!
I'm very excited about this.
As you should be.
I don't have it with me, and we don't have the time. Otherwise, I remember I did this last year. I'd tell you what song I think each of them.
Sadly, we're running out of time.
We're running out of time, so I'm not going to do that.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, I want you to tell me after, when we talk about this next week, if they're matches.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, if you think. Yeah.
But if Uche doesn't get up and do the Circle of Life, man.
He should.
I know nothing.
There better
apparently.
Be some sort of like breakdancing going on, too.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So we got to wrap it up with our questions. Remind me that next week I got a bunch of like inside scoop Idol questions for you that are not part of our ending questions.
Let's do it.
But since we were talking about Marvel, we started the show with Marvel. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, one superpower? I just want to be able to fly.
I think you're gonna be like, I just want world peace.
No. Well, that's overrated. I mean, no. Let's be honest. Is that ever gonna happen? No, I'm kidding. That's horrible.
Why? Because when you miss your flight to come home, you
yes, because when I procrastinate, I could just fly home. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about getting to the airport early and baggage claim and all that nonsense. Well, baggage claim is after the flight. Anyway, I digress. I would love to fly because I mean, how cool would it be to just fly?
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
That would be a cool.
Well, you asked a question that's pertinent to everything we've been talking about. I'm gonna ask you something
random. I love random.
Yeah. What's the most 2019 so far. We're 4 months in. What's the most random or shocking or exciting celebrity news that you've heard in this year so far, would you say?
The most exciting for me was
maybe
the Jonas
it could
Brothers
be anything.
Were getting back together. But
I thought you might say that too. Yeah.
Also, I was running around last week because the Backstreet Boys are putting out a holiday album, and we've never gotten that from them.
They've been around forever. How have they never put out a holiday?
They've done 2 singles, never an album. And I will say, and I even said this on the air, Kevin, that the NSYNC holiday album is one of my favorite holiday albums of all time.
Fire.
So Backstreet Boys got to step it up.
Merry Christmas.
It's a great song.
Happy.
And the first Noel, they're great.
Oh, amazing.
I cannot wait to see what they put out. I heard Ryan Tedder's working with them on this, so I am so amped.
Well, he's great on all the pop songs. Because he's all over the place. He works with so many artists.
He does. I mean, he's worked with them on their last album, the last album, the one that came out 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But,
so
2019 music-wise has been so great with announcements for me.
Those are the 2 most exciting things.
Yeah.
Is getting holiday Backstreet music.
And Jonas Brothers back together.
And the Joe Bros.
Oh my God, they're going to be on SNL.
I'm a sucker.
They're going to be on SNL, and the week later is Paul Rudd. I just wish I could turn the 2 together. Like,
wait, it's Paul Rudd and the Joe Bros?
No, so I thought it was.
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you said. I was singing my song.
It's Emma Thompson and the Jonas Brothers, and then it's Paul Rudd and DJ Khaled. And I'm like, how do I get Paul Rudd on the Jonas Brothers episode? Because I could just see a skit happening there that would make me. I don't know. That's the finale.
Great. get to hear
This week's good? Who's this week?
Adam Sandler and Shawn Mendes.
Oh!
All right.
This is exciting because Adam Sandler has never hosted after being on the show in the cast.
Is that right?
In the early 90s. He specifically said, I don't think I'd do a good job if I'd go back and host. Because Sandler's like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He's really nice. I mean, look, his recent work.
Did you work with him?
Not great. No, I mean, it's just...
The way you said it, I was like, oh my God, did I not know this?
I made it sound like I know Adam Sandler. I don't know Adam Sandler. I've never met the man in my life. Yeah, no, I've heard from friends and mutual friends who've worked with him and been around him that he's the nicest guy in the world. And I believe it, because he just seems like very modest, and he said he never want to go back, and now he's going to go host. Yeah.
Interesting.
DJ Khaled, why?
I know. Can't we
why do we got to watch two musical performances?
Ant-Man with
DJ
the Jonas
Khaled?
Brothers. I just want... I
don't know. It's okay.
Well, on that note, maybe the next time we talk, I'll have met Rob Thomas. We'll have seen
I sure hope so.
I don't know. There's so much happening next week.
Hope you get me a Matchbox 20 autograph.
I knew that was coming.
On a Matchbox, preferably.
Oh, Kev, how I've missed you.
I know. Well, most people do.
Well, happy Easter. What are you doing with the fam?
We're going to go grab dinner somewhere.
Because you haven't had enough to eat since you've been home.
No, I have to eat more. I'm on a quest to gain 600 pounds while I'm home in New York. Yes.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, I'm not going to fit on the plane when I go back. It's going to be great, yeah.
Well, you'll just fly home.
Oh, but I'll just fly home on my own. Flap it away. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, happy Easter.
Hey, happy Easter to you, too.
Bye, guys.
See you next week. Bye.